Gentlemen,
What is up?
What's up?
3/4. Our fourth is on his way. He had prior commitments, so he will be here eventually. Ty. Oh yeah, it's funny. We sub out Dallas, we get Ty back. But Ty, glad to have you back.
Yeah, it was a
man.
long winter. I'm glad it's almost over.
It was worth it. Congratulations on your state hockey championship.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, it's no easy feat.
Not up where you guys live. Probably some good hockey teams up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams out of the East.
Oh yeah. So I suppose Mando mid-season review right now, and then following this stream will be tier talk. I know we will start with Game of Thrones characters, and then depending on how quick that goes, we can always do another one. Anybody that watched the previous tier talk that we did, it was kind of all over the place. Started with Star Wars, went into Dragon Ball. It's a beautiful disaster, and everybody has opinions on it, and it's always fun to watch. But Mando, it's crazy. We're already halfway done with it.
Yeah, it's so wild that we only get select few episodes of these shows, but
okay, I want to bounce something off you guys. If Mando did not show up in Book of Boba Fett, and if you take all that out of it, do you think this season would be viewed a lot better if they would have basically took that storyline and put it in Mando season 3? Do you think it's kind of taken away some of the fire of season 3 because
100%?
Okay. Because I'm trying to not fall into the trap of the internet shitting on a show and buying into it. But it's so hard, and I have no problem with this season. I shouldn't say I don't have a problem with this season, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think it's a little bit of a slow burn, and I know they're trying to, which we'll probably talk about later, do the lead up to the cloning and Palpatine or whatever, Snoke. But I think if they would have left Mando, even if they would have had Mando in Book of Boba, would have been fine. But the
just
way
left Grogu out of it.
Yeah, when they brought in Grogu and Luke and Ahsoka, it was just way too much for that. I think that would have been a lot better to have in Mando. But I also, obviously, they've had seems like a pretty significant time jump in Mando. Do we know the time frame for that yet? Have they mentioned it?
It can't be that long.
I wouldn't think so, but Navarro doesn't even look like Navarro anymore.
No, and they did rebuild a good chunk of that town.
They rebuild
maybe a year,
fast.
maybe 2 years.
2 years? Okay. That's not too bad then.
The only gripe I really have is I think we can close the book for now, or put a bookmark in it on Grogu. He should have just dropped him off with Luke, been that storyline, have Ahsoka and Luke there, and then just be done with it. I get it, everyone wants to see a force-wielding Mandalorian on the throne of Mandalore, but that can come later. I would just like to focus on the Mandalorians. For the show is called The Mandalorian for a reason. I don't really care for Grogu's character anymore.
That's what a lot of people said about Book of Boba Fett. It was 6 episodes, and 2 of them were dedicated to Mando. Yeah, and Grogu. Fuck, 1 episode was straight up Luke and Grogu. Yeah, and Ahsoka. I thought for sure we were going to see Ahsoka in mid-season review, or not review, but episode 4. Yeah. I thought for sure she was going to show up.
I think she'll show up eventually just because of Ahsoka coming out. It's this fall, isn't it?
December.
December. So
that show is taking the place of when Mando usually is. Okay. Usually Mandalorian is a Christmas show.
Yeah,
But-
and Pop, guy who plays Mando, I'm blanking on his name. Pascal Pedro. He's
Pedro.
done after this season, right? He's just gonna do the voiceover.
I don't even know if he was in the suit this season.
He wasn't
I know
in the suit.
So he's just doing the voiceovers, which
Yeah.
he could do in probably a fucking weekend.
And that's also part of my whole, like, the feeling of, like, I don't want to say everybody's given up on the show, but it just feels like we're slowly getting to the end of it, and then it's like people are kind of just like getting off the train early. Like,
I think it'll be good for, like, this is season 3, so
We have a couple more seasons.
season
Yeah.
4 is written. It has to make it to production. obviously.
Season 4 is already written. I don't necessarily think it needs to go past 5. I think 5 seasons would possibly be pushing it. I think 4 would be the sweet spot.
Right.
Because, I mean, what more can you really do? I know they're kind of like rewriting, kind of retconning some things, but
I think it depends on how in depth they go with the Mandalorian, like, culture and power shift, that I guess you could say.
yeah,
Because I think a lot of it depends on what Bo-Katan is going to do.
yeah, I kind of
Like,
wonder
is
if
she gonna
backstab.
roll with Children of the Watch? Is she gonna go get a mythosaur and say, I don't need the dark saber, I got this thing,
So
I'm ready to rule again?
speaking of her and the dark saber, when she was wielding it, did anyone notice how easy it was for
Yes.
her to wield the dark saber?
Completely effortless.
But
Yeah,
she's
whereas when
wielded it
Din
before.
wields it, yeah, she has, yeah. Yeah, because when I'm just mainly for the people that don't know anything about the dark saber, like you have to be pretty much worthy to wield it.
Yeah, it's similar to Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
In
and
a way.
whenever Din wields it, it's all he can do to lift that damn thing.
Didn't when he fought Vizsla
Yeah.
grabbed it and he could barely move it too, right?
Yeah, that's how Din actually ended up winning that scrum, was because Paz Vizsla could hardly handle it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Even worse than Din did.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's not really a future after episode 9. Like, we don't know what happened after. You know, we just see Rey bury lightsabers. I'm Rey Skywalker, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Skywalker.
And obviously Grogu, since he's of Yoda's species, whatever it is, they live a long time. And I've seen some fan art out there of like a slightly, well, not slightly older, obviously a lot older, but Grogu wearing full Mando gear, gun, and a lightsaber on his hip, which is kind of cool, but also like, why would he have a lightsaber? He got rid of, or he decided not to do that training. They could do like a crazy time jump in, like, if they do go to season 5, where he's like a Jedi Mandalorian. I don't know where it would, like, what would actually be going on in the galaxy at this point, but it'd be kind of cool.
I think the perfect not rainbow, but the perfect bow to put on this show on the last episode, you know, say Mando fought his last fight, and whether it's a civil war with Bo-Katan or something, and he's enjoying a farmland somewhere where there's no people around, and, you know, say Grogu comes back to visit him on his deathbed or something.
Okay.
And, you know, he walks out, but he's older at this point. And then, you know, Din, when he's old, you know, Grogu's probably going to look like a teenager.
Yeah.
But I think it would be cool to, you know, if Grogu left then with Din's helmet or something. I don't know. You can't wear those helmets with the ears that Grogu has. I think they've already said that they're not going to put a helmet on him because of his ears.
They couldn't.
So I
Well,
was happy when he went off with Luke, and it's like, okay, yes, go.
Yeah.
You know, we need more
Agreed.
type of thing.
Well, in the fan art I saw, there were slits in the helmet. and his ears stuck out the top.
It's
Wait.
it's definitely doable. Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, that
it's
just looks
possible.
like ass, though. I would think.
Oh, I don't know. It looked kind of cool. Like he's standing
Like,
there and he's in all
You're
the
protecting this.
the
You're wearing this
Mandos.
protective helmet, and then your ears stick out of it. Like,
Oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's also Disney Star Wars. Like,
true. Yeah,
you know that's going to be a hot merchandise
yeah,
opportunity for them.
yeah.
But he's what, like 55 years old or something?
Yeah.
50, 52,
Yeah, he's
53
like-
years old.
Pretty much what a toddler is to a
And
normal
he's,
person.
like maybe a 2-year-old, 3-year-old in normal
yeah.
humanoid species. So let's see. If Din lives another 40 years, hell, I still don't think Grogu's going to be even talking by then. He's still going to be giving clicks and whistles. if they stick to the formula of what I would assume Yoda's species is, but then again, we've only seen 3 of them.
Maybe Moff Gideon's little fucking sidekick injects him with something that has like rapid acceleration growth or something
Oh, that's
to
true.
speed up the process.
Possible. They do have the cloning tech, so they probably have the original samples.
Yeah, and I think another part of me, I don't want to spend this whole episode just saying what we don't like about this show.
Sure.
You know, I know we always pride ourselves on we're going to tell the truth, how we feel, this and that. I'd like to also talk about what we love about the previous 4 episodes, but I think probably the last thing that I don't want to say it's negative about what I've seen so far, but it was something that I was hoping, but they went a different route, because leading up into this season, a lot of people on the interwebs believed that this is how Filoni and Favreau and Kennedy were going to save the sequels. They were going to, I don't want to say retcon, but basically do that in creating kind of a new storyline that was kind of loosely based on the sequels. But after watching the previous 4 episodes of this season, it feels like they are just setting up the sequels even more.
Oh, 100%.
And I feel like if they are doing that, you're still going to have the problems that everybody had with it. God. That was scary.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Which was, I guess, the writing and the plot holes and stuff that, you know, the sequels brought. And I'm not trying to talk about sequels or anything like that, but
yeah,
I was under the impression that they were going to set up a new trilogy way down the road.
yeah, like would it be after the sequels or before the sequels too?
No, they're getting rid of the sequels that were
Yeah.
made.
I'd be
And,
down
you
for
know,
that.
because it was still going to be Rey, and I know R2-D2 was a big character. Chewbacca, obviously.
Yeah.
But those are the big names that I had heard that they were going to use if they were going to retcon the sequels. But since it seems like they're setting up for Snoke and all that stuff,
Yeah,
it looks like we're just getting the bridge from
they're doing some
know,
foreshadowing for the
the
sequels,
OG
pretty much,
trilogy,
yeah.
to the sequels, which, you know, is fine.
If they can make the sequels make sense, I think I would personally, I don't know, the internet, whatever, but I would personally be okay with that. Like, the sequels, like, they'd make his dog's just freaked out.
I think Dallas is talking about himself.
Oh, the sequels, they just, like, they don't make sense from one to the next to the next.
Right.
Like the prequels and, you know, the OG trilogy, they all flowed. They all made sense. Like,
Right.
none of it makes sense. But enough, I guess, on that. This is Mandalorian, so. But
Hell yeah. Appreciate you being in here, man.
yeah, appreciate it, dude. What's for Din Din?
Sorry, the dogs decided they were going to attack each other.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought something tipped over.
No, the dogs were attacking each other in the kitchen. You were fine until the missus came home, and her dog's, I guess, a little territorial of her, so.
Fair enough.
So now
Remy?
yeah, what's up?
They're not retconning the sequels anymore, right? They're just bridging the gap to the
I don't think
sequels?
so. I think they're going to bridge them like you were saying, or well, how a lot of the crowd wanted them to do that. But I don't think they're retconning. I think they are full bore, trying to bring it full circle, but trying to do it maybe in a little bit of a more tactful way to like explain it more than just, oh, Snoke is Palpatine, Snoke, yada yada yada. They're trying, I think, to make
They're doing
make
a little
this-
more foreshadowing.
yeah, like and make the science a little more understood. Kinda, maybe.
Yeah, you still got it, Remy. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Yeah, that pop time was something incredible.
Yep. And I went and muted the mic.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, dogs are attacking." See ya.
I mean, can we just be like how funny it would have if you ran out with your headphones still in and just
Everything.
I
Remy.
almost
everything
I almost didn't grab them out. That would have sucked.
I'd have laughed.
What do you guys love about this season so far?
Live action Bo-Katan. I'm going to say it before anyone else does.
Yeah, that I think she's good. I like Katie Sackhoff. I think they chose probably one of the best actresses for that.
I did not know she was in Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that was like her big thing.
Yeah, I said this to Scully, right? Like, right when, we first got her, a look at her last season. It's like, right away who that is. There's no question in anyone's mind. They did casting perfect for that.
Agreed.
Knew exactly who that was. I also like the more like showing more of the armor side and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like her name's Emily Swallow or whatever, but I like her as an actress. I think they chose her well. Obviously, you never see her face, but the voice, it's just the way she carries herself. Granted, she might not even be underneath the armor. Probably, yeah, she's probably not, because I don't think Jon Favreau's actually in the Vizsla armor.
Yeah.
He was before, wasn't he? Just to say that he was? I think he was.
So might have been.
With Paz Vizsla, I actually screenshot it on my phone while I was watching it. They are aligned with House Wren. Or House Wren is part of Clan Vizsla, or Clan Wren is part of House Vizsla, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, we gonna see him giving Sabine some advice in this season, or probably not?
It's,
if anything, it'll be the last episode.
Yeah.
But
Sabine should be pretty young. No, she shouldn't be.
Mm-mm.
It's about the same time as Rebels.
I think she'll probably be older.
Yeah, she'd probably be a couple years older.
Rebels.
That's right. Yeah,
Because whenever Thrawn shows up, speaking of which, while we're on the subject of Bo-Katan too, when the castle was getting bombed, and then Bo-Katan made her little quib about she pissed off
Imperial warlords.
Yeah, and then the bombers themselves, like those obviously don't have hyperdrives in them, to where those come directly from a ship.
Mm-hmm.
That was, well, my speculation, but that I'm assuming she pissed off Thrawn.
I would assume so.
Has to be.
I don't know who else. I mean, outside of Moff Gideon, but
Well, I mean, for the most part, the Imperial, they're dead. Like, there's little enclaves out there and stuff. But who else would have that much firepower, so to speak? Because that was quite a few bombers.
it has to be. I mean, it's all. I think that's why Ahsoka was pushed to, after season 3.
That would make sense.
I mean, they changed the date on that show I know 2 times. And I'll say COVID might have pushed it back a little bit. Watch, it's Palpatine.
Oh my god, dude. Don't put that out there in the ether.
And Grogu's first words are somehow Palpatine has returned.
Yo.
All right, Dallas, we've all pretty much given our opinions on everything.
Your turn.
You're muted.
My kids are
Muted,
having a WWE SmackDown. I'll be right back.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
So you just want, like, on this week's episodes that we're talking about?
We will do the season as a whole. I mean, we've gone and we've said as far as what we like about this season, more so what we're not fans of. But yeah, just this season as a whole.
I haven't not a lot of negative. I mean, a lot of positives. I think there's some great scenes. I mean, we got to see more ships in action, which was great. I think there's some clunky things that need to be figured out. Some things that they're going to have to definitely figure out that are real clunky, that feel clunky, like with Grogu especially. Like this last week's episode when he's doing jumps and twirls, like, it looks so bad. It just like. It's just they're just taking a puppet and throwing it up in the air. It just looks so clunky to me. So that kind of threw me off this week. I'm getting tired of seeing that, just like a puppet just throwing up in the air. I don't know. Hopefully they figure some of that out. I feel like they're going to have a lot of problems trying to figure out things with Grogu in the future. Like, is he going to have his own armor? Is he going to have his own helmet?
They have to have a bigger picture plan in place for him, because he was at the end of episode 1. And that was basically so I mean, I remember going through that episode and I was just watching it, not kind of paying attention, but like kind of half engaged. I'm like, I'll come back and I'll rewatch it again. And then all of a sudden at the end of episode 1, season 1, I should say, when, he looks in there and then he sees it's like, oh, fuck, a baby Yoda. And I remember my mind just was blown.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
I feel like they're slowly getting us into the season, and it's going to take off here in the next couple episodes, and it's going to just be ridiculous. That's what my thought process is, but I don't know that. I've read some spoilers online that could make that the case, but we'll see. Okay,
so you told us that you potentially might know how this season is going to go, right?
I mean, if the spoilers are real, you never know if that's
okay. Well, are your spoilers lining up so far?
Yes.
Oh God.
I don't want to ruin anything, but I like some of the ideas. Like, I think that they're gonna have some use for the IG bot. You know what I mean? Which will be cool to see. Which we already touched on that. It's not like I'm spoiling anything.
Right.
What they do with that will be interesting. I think we're going to see more of the mythosaur.
I hope
so. I think you're going to see some like the Boba Fett action with Boba riding a Rancor. I think you'll see some stuff like that.
Mythosaur, I don't think they're as big as people are expecting it to be. I think people are expecting this thing to be like a giant fucking dragon.
Right.
But a lot of people are saying, like, just set your bar kind of low. They're not as big as you think they are.
What was the name of that bird from this last episode? The dinosaur thing.
Oh no, pterodactyl.
Did you guys know like
with an R?
Yeah, I feel bad. I should have been more prepared. They talked about that and how that's like the same animal that they use for markings on some of the helmets.
Okay.
I'll have to find the video and send it to you.
Well, wasn't the Mythosaurus what Boba Fett was riding in the holiday special way back when?
That was I actually looked that up because I was going to make a funny post on IG, but I wanted to fact check myself before I looked like a goddamn idiot. And it was I'm going to look it up right now. Somebody say something while I'm Googling.
I'm trying to find what that freaking pterodactyl thing was in the last episode.
Do you think they're gonna somehow Grogu is gonna get in touch with one of them and that's gonna be what he rides?
Okay, it's an ichthyodont.
You could have literally said anything, but yeah.
Called Pars ichthyodont.
Okay.
Because I was gonna make a little post on IG, but no, that wasn't the same thing. I didn't think it was because of the images that I was seeing of like, you know, live action mythosaurs and then basically of that thing. I don't what's the name of the long neck dinosaur?
Brontosaurus.
Yeah, that's basically what he was riding in the holiday special. I'm
I do
neck
like
ain't even close.
I do like that. That's kind of the little Easter egg throwaway joke when they were like, "You're going to try to ride the Rancor." He's like, "I've ridden bigger," because
Right.
technically he's ridden bigger. If we're doing it canonically,
I actually went back and recently watched that like maybe a month or two ago.
the Christmas special.
Yeah, and because it wasn't as bad as like I thought it would be. Animation
No.
kind of whatever, but I mean, for given the time that it came out, I'm like, is that actually
It wasn't too bad.
better than some of the other shit that I've seen put out?
Better than the Ewoks.
You shut your mouth.
I will die on this hill. This Ewok cartoons and droids cartoons are terrible.
What's
Give me all the Ewoks.
what's everybody's big bold prediction for the ending cutscene?
Ending cutscene.
Dallas, if you already know, you have to make something up.
No, I don't. Oh man, Shriekawk. Yeah, thank
Yep.
you. Shriekawk. It's what like a lot of them have on their helmets, like the little horns, like on the just like painted onto their helmets.
Yeah. I don't know. My money's going to be on. It's going to be related to Rebels somehow. Like we'll get Ahsoka, Ezra, Thawne, because I don't think they're going to really be in Mando because they're literally that's like the whole point of Ahsoka is her trying to find him. So I think there'll be hints. There already was with the whales, the plebis or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah. Dallas, how far did you get in your animated series binge watching session?
I think I'm on the 3rd season
Of Rebels?
of Rebels. Yeah.
Not bad.
Mando is going to save Zeb from some sort of First Order prison.
You think so?
And that's how we see the first look at Zeb, because Zeb has not been confirmed in anything Ahsoka or live action Rebels.
No, they got to keep some of it behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
So, I doubt it's going to happen,
Hera
but
came into play at some point.
yeah.
That would be sick, though. Actually get, I know he's not tall enough, but Steve Blum or Bloom to voice Zeb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, like because I mean, Tamora Morrison voiced in the flashbacks of this previous episode some of the clones in it.
Yep.
But they don't use the voice actor from Clone Wars to do any of the voices. Like I wish they'd kind of like mix them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Bradley D. something. Baker. Bradley D. Baker.
The voice of millions of clones.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
And the Clone Force 99.
Ahmad Best.
I thought that was sick. The second I saw him, I was like, hell yeah, Jar Jar.
That was
Okay.
the Jedi that
Glad-
was saving Grogu, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody literally thought it was Mace Windu.
No, Mace Windu would be extremely fucked up, people, if that was the one saving Grogu.
Yeah,
I remember what happened.
Yeah, he would have been lost an eye.
Oh, it's a young Mace Windu. It's like, wait, what? No.
He went back in time and then came back.
Yeah, and he somehow stopped him from getting his arm cut off.
Yeah, because I mean, wouldn't Mace be lying at the bottom of a street somewhere at this point?
Oh yeah, he dead.
Yeah. He's not dead that we know.
He's not
of.
dead.
Well, he's not confirmed dead because then again, Maul was cut in half and he
He wasn't in
survived.
good enough shape to go to the Jedi Temple 5 minutes later and help save people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I love the shot when it was going away and you could see the Jedi Temple burning. I always like those shots.
Yeah.
that was cool.
So that is obviously not Padme's ship either.
No,
That's
it was
just
the
a
senator's ship. There is
yeah.
a lot of speculation on whose ship it was.
What's
I'd
like
seen
Babu,
some people
right?
made a comment about how since Ahmad Best was in the episode, they were saying Jar Jar would have some pull for a senator's ship, so he could have sent that specific ship, because a lot of people are saying, well, Jar Jar would be the type of character that would have a fun relationship with Grogu at the Jedi Temple. So
that, and those were those just Coruscant guards, or were those Naboo?
They look different. They look like Coruscant. They look like from another planet.
Yeah,
they have the subtitles
on
on
a ship, right?
I have
It's the same
subtitles
type
on
of
it.
ship that Padme and Anakin were running around in.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were probably Nabooians.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same as Mando's ship. It's comes from Naboo.
Yeah.
Naboo.
No, but I'm saying, like, even like their armor, their uniforms were the same as her security detail. So I'm with you on the aspect that it probably was Jar Jar that pulled those strings, because
Yeah,
he is a senator from Naboo.
Yeah, speculation on that. Obviously, Bail Organa, just because.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Bail Organa is everywhere, doing everything all the time.
Yeah, he's pulling a lot of strings.
Do you ever, speaking of Bail, do you ever think?
I could see it. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Do you ever think we're gonna get like a show of like all the strings that he's pulling behind the scenes, or some like maybe a mini series?
I wish, even if it was like an animated thing, it would be sick, because obviously Jimmy Spitz is getting up there in age, but he can still voice them, because he voices them in all the cartoons.
They brought Luke back.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And it doesn't look.
She's literally watching the Jedi Temple burn down, having no idea what the fuck's going on.
That's true.
Little did she know Vader's fist was running through that temple. I love that. That's such a badass name for his 501st.
501st Vader's Fist.
Darth Binks. It's more real than ever now that his character is actually playing a Jedi. So,
God, that's hilarious.
we're keeping that rumor alive.
Yeah.
We got to keep it alive. Go.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be like a bigger part of episode 3, and then because of the fan hate for Jar Jar, they pretty much wrote him out.
He almost committed suicide. It hit that man hard.
Yeah, it was good to see him. The
I'm
fan,
glad.
I guess, obviously see him on screen again, but see the fan
embrace it,
back for it.
Yeah,
the fans embraced it.
No,
because they don't. I mean, obviously they don't hate him as a person. They just hated Jar Jar, and I get it. Jar Jar was dumb, but he was supposed to be the campy annoyance.
Apocalypse Now is Sunshot again.
I don't recall that one.
Yeah, me either.
I wonder
what episode was that.
We have 4 episodes left, right?
I think it's 8. Yeah, so four left.
I'll look it up quick.
And then we have, what else do we have? Do we have
Skeleton Crew?
Skeleton Crew. That was the other one.
That's the next one, I think.
When is that coming out?
In May.
Because Bad Batch is done.
That's not animated either, right? Or is it animated?
I thought Bad Batch had 2 episodes left.
It's got 2 episodes next week. They're going to play them both at the same time.
Hunter Lynn, you lied to me.
I was like, don't tell me it's done.
Yeah.
No way it ended on that.
It's got 2 episode finale streaming Wednesday. You're right. When she's in her ship and the way they're going across.
Yeah.
Good call.
It is eight episodes. So we've got 4 left.
Which is, in par with all the other seasons.
Yeah.
8 episodes. So,
man, they pack a lot of storytelling into 32-minute episodes.
Yeah. All the previous seasons, they were 45 minutes with 10-minute credits.
Yeah.
Fuck, this last week was, 32?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Thrawn at the end of this season.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think.
It's going to tie into Ahsoka somehow.
I think we're going to see all of them. I think we will actually see Sabine full on, the actress in her gear somehow
I think
coming to the Children of the Watch.
Do you think she's recruiting to help, Ahsoka go after Thrawn?
It wouldn't
I
surprise
think
me.
Brown would be back if he's the one that bombed the castle.
Yeah.
Well, they're starting to make things from Legends canon, like Mount Tantus and
yes.
Bad Batch. That was in Heir to the Empire. That was where Thrawn basically went to, found that Jedi, basically used him to. There's a lot to that story, but Mount Tantus was originally in Heir to the Empire, where you first see Thrawn, and they're doing that in Bad Batch, so it's very interesting.
And see, you've read all of Thrawn's trilogy, right?
No, I've just read Heir to the Empire, and I've read one of the other Legends books that he was in. I can't think of the name of it.
Okay, you're a book ahead of me, at least. I have not dove into those yet. I want to finish them by the time Ahsoka comes out, and I want to finish that Ahsoka book also. But neither here nor there. I love the fact that you know the literature side of it, and then all I know of Thrawn is just what I've seen in Rebels.
He's such a badass dude. Like one of his first things he does, he goes to this planet and finds this animal that basically repels Force users, does not let Force users have the Force, and then he goes and finds this Jedi basically, and the guy can't do anything against Thrawn. He's got these animals with him that repel the Force. Like he's a total badass.
Like Thrawn's a hell of a fighter too. Like hand-to-hand combat, he's like a genius strategist and fighter.
I'm trying to keep my hopes low for what Thrawn's going to look like because
it's going to be tough.
Who's playing it? Do we? They haven't like leaked that or seen that anywhere.
Not really. The one actor we thought everybody was going to play it came out and said that he's not doing it. So I don't know.
I'm trying to think of who.
I know at the end of season 2, leading up to it, Disney kind of slow leaked. A Jedi was going to show up and save the day type of thing. And everybody was speculating Plo Koon for it. And even everybody on set was under the impression, because when they read the script, that it was Plo Koon. But Filoni, Favreau, and there was one other person that knew out of that whole crew that it was Luke Skywalker showing up, to where it surprised even everybody there. So.
But didn't his ass explode? Crash into a building?
You never saw him die.
Nobody stays dead.
Yeah.
That's like in Kenobi. We were all.
Fair enough.
I think all of us were certain that Quinlan Voss was going to show up. Like we were 100% sure we were going to see him.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
Dude, we're wrong a lot on this show, but we're also right a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Favreau.
Happy medium.
Favreau was sitting down talking to some other guys that do a Star Wars podcast, and he was like asking him, he's like, you guys really speculate a lot and nothing ever comes true. Like, do you guys get bummed out by that? Like that, there's a lot of other people that start going down these rabbit holes like that too, like we do. Your mind starts to. I think get hopeful. You're like hopeful for these things.
Yeah,
we're just setting ourselves up for heartbreak.
Yeah,
all the time. I'm glutton for punishment. But it's okay. That's the fun side of it, I guess. If people didn't give a shit, then I think that they would be worried.
So Ahsoka's coming out pretty much in the same time frame that Mando is taking place in, correct?
Correct. Well,
they did say that there's a time jump in season 1 of Ahsoka.
Okay.
Like House of Dragon style, where I had to text you, Ty, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Yep.
And they said that it's a significant time jump, I guess.
Oh yes, we're definitely going to see
who said
all.
that?
Yeah.
Oh god. Think so? Is Ray Park going to keep his shit together long enough?
No.
They probably already filmed all that.
His wife's already ruined the Star Wars universe for him.
Yeah, his wife banging Clayton Craig.
Between Ray Park and Kanye West, I don't know who you want to leave access to social media to more. If I was one of their publicists,
or Donald Trump.
Oh god. Like, you never know what Ray Park is going to do. And it's absolutely.
He's kind of always been that way, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on.
He's a hot mess.
Outspoken person, I guess. Is he Australian? I know he's not American.
I don't think
He's
he's
something.
Aussie.
Well, I know, like, when Mando was first starting to come out and like trailers are dropping, he would just like randomly put on his story on Instagram that in his whole Darth Maul face paint and just want to freak everyone out and get everyone's hopes up, and then nothing ever happened of it.
I mean, that's like his one thing, his one claim to fame he has is Darth Maul. Not that he hasn't been in a lot of shit, but
No, he's Snake Eyes too, and then wasn't he Toad from?
oh yeah, he was.
If there's
The
a
first
significant
X-Men.
if there's a significant jump in Ahsoka, there's no way we'll see. There's no way we'll see Maul.
No, Maul is
Because-
long dead.
Yeah, Ahsoka is
Oh, yeah.
after.
That's what I
Rebels.
thought you meant, like a flashback and then a flash
Yeah.
forward, like that. Those kind of
Yeah.
jumps.
No, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see a flashback with live action Maul.
A flashback would be sick.
They need to do the live action fight of season 7 with Maul and Ahsoka from Clone Wars. That was epic.
That would be cool.
It would. I wish that like a whole live action of all the animated stuff that we've seen in Clone Wars.
Yeah, just do flashbacks of it. Obviously, you can't do a whole
No, I
live
don't
action
know.
series. That's a lot of work.
I mean, hell, they did. I think they did justice with Kenobi for the flashbacks for
Mhm.
him and Anakin training and stuff.
Yeah.
That shit was.
It was interesting
that
that,
was
they
nice.
didn't use any kind of visual effects to de-age them. I thought for sure they would have done that,
Yeah.
especially on Anakin.
Right.
Put enough makeup on him, which is obviously what they did, but it wasn't
Yeah.
terrible though.
No,
Could've-
I'm
could've been
fine with
worse.
it. I'm fine with him not doing that.
Well, I think we pretty much covered everything we need to.
Well,
Hopefully,
Dallas wasn't in
season
here.
review.
Dallas wasn't in here yet, so we'll ask. What do you think, Bo-Katan? What are her ambitions, so to speak?
I don't think there's any negative ambitions or any hateful ambitions or anything evil like a lot of people do. I think that she's now starting to see like, hey, I could rebuild Mandalore and make these my people. You know, I think
Okay.
that's the only thing I currently see. I don't think she's does all the other things that she's done if she's really just wants the dark saber and wants the. I mean, because who's she going to rule if she kills Mando? Who's she ruling over? Those people aren't going to follow her. Mando's helping her become part of them. I don't know. I think she's becoming part of them, honestly.
Okay, fair enough. And then another thing I read that we didn't bring up yet. A lot of people are saying that she did not see the mythosaur.
Well, she saw it. I saw
Hold on. They say the living waters
Tricked her.
is
Hmm.
very potent and it can cause hallucinations.
She did DMT.
And what you really want to
it.
see, just like when the armorer said, visions. If you've had a vision of the mythosaur, you were touched or whatever,
Yeah, blessed
blah,
or
blah, blah,
whatever,
blessed. Yeah. So that a lot of people are saying, taking what the armorer is saying and being like, well, fuck, maybe she just saw some other creature in the waters.
I
not
did
an
like
actual
the-
mythosaur.
I did like the armor, just like
Blowing it
her,
off.
Like,
oh,
nah,
100%.
whatever, get out of here. Like,
Do you think we'll
you're
get
bad.
backstory on the armor, like her, like if she was like in the Death Watch, or like there's a lot of people that speculate on those things. It'd be kind of
It'd
cool.
be cool.
I hope so. I'm a fan of her character. I know Hunter loves her character even more than I do.
That helmet's sick,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Death Watch though, probably because with the little
right? The horns on
fucking
it.
horns on it, none of the other ones have that, but hers does.
I do like seeing the foundlings or whatever you want to call them.
Training.
It's cool to see that many different sets of armor and stuff like that. And like, there is one that gets me every time they pan, and it looks like
it looks like
almost
Sabine.
Well, there's Sabine, and then there's one that looks like Boba Fett too. Like it's the same color scheme almost, just a little bit different.
I didn't catch that one, but
It's
I
like a
caught
quick
Sabine.
pan every time, and I try to pause it, and I never end up doing it.
I wonder how they pick their color scheme. Like,
I thought I read
personal
that they
preference?
let fans kind of like submit some things, but I don't know if that's true.
Oh,
Yeah, well, we obviously know like what Sabine does with her. She fucking changes it all the time
Right.
because she paints it. And then obviously like Boba's just his dad's armor.
Yeah, he just repainted it from blue and gray,
Yeah,
blue and silver.
yeah.
well,
Gotcha.
gentlemen,
Cool.
anything else you want to conclude? What would you give it so far on a scale of 1 to 10?
7.
7.5.
I say 7.
I was thinking like 7.8. So yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
do a
It's-
community 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's still what we think it is, but there's definitely room for improvement. For
I think they're
I-
going to blow it out of the park this second half.
I am kind of honestly over. It goes as for TV shows as a whole nowadays. Like Last of Us is this way too. House of the Dragon. Like I'm over the slow burn. Like the slow
it's annoying
building.
as
Like
shit.
just give me all the action right away.
I'm okay
start to
with the slow
finish.
burn if they have a point of agenda, like the slow burn with the doctor that was doing the cloning and the other character, the mysterious character.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that slow burn if that's leading to something that we're going to get to this season that's going to make it more badass for us. We're going to be
Not just like a
okay.
filler.
Yes, and I think that's what they're doing there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful and optimistic that it will all come to fruition before, like, because if we get done with this season, it's like, all right, we'll see you again in 2025, and it's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Only time will tell.
Everyone stay tuned for the tier talk.
I need to find my IG card. It's probably going to skyrocket by the end of this season.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
We need to do that again. That was actually fun.
Those were fun.
But
yeah.
Dude, that thing sold out so fucking quick, those signature series from Tops. Conquer
I wonder if
posted
they-
them, like within 5 minutes. I went to get one and they were all gone.
I
Yeah,
wonder
same.
if they have some layers or something in there to kind of spice it up a little bit.
I can look up the card list when I get time and send it out in the Discord for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I'll end this stream. Tier talk will be a whole nother stream. So I'll have to kick that over to you guys. But yeah, we'll see you guys on that in probably 5 minutes. Have a quick potty break. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.